Hey, it's me, and welcome to Trump Mafia. Now, I'm going to talk about Donald Trump's path to victory on November 8th. Now, of course, nobody can really predict, but I did have a kind of quote unquote dinner with a couple of friends, Tyrone and Marcus, and we were eating KFC. And we took the bones after eating and kind of threw them on the ground, and then we were reading the tea leaves, as it were, but reading the chicken bones. You know what I'm saying? It works in some way. But also, I'm using my own gut feeling. Okay? I'm using my qi, or qi, as they would say in China. Now, I'm looking at the excitement on the internet. I'm looking at popular culture. I'm looking at the attacks back and forth and the media effect. I'm looking at the crowd turnouts. And yeah, I'm also looking at these polls. Now, we know that they're manipulated, they're over-counting Democrats to make Hillary look more popular. Oh, she's so popular. Ugh, barf. And they're also using wrong spreads. For example, they're assuming that Hillary Clinton is the same as Bill Clinton in 1992. Now that's stupid. And they're also assuming Donald J. Trump is like a Mitt Romney or like a John McCain. Well, the whole reason why the GOP establishment hates Donald Trump so much, it's because he's exactly not like those two idiots. Now, these spreads also don't take into account the evangelical vote. They almost didn't come out for John McCain, and they certainly didn't come out for the Mormon, but they're itching to come out en masse for Donald J. Trump. Then you have all the people that never voted before, that are tired of the corruption, that have their pitchforks, and they're going to vote for Donald J. Trump. Then you have all the Democrats that switch to Republican just to vote for Donald J. Trump. Now, I will give you an example. In Pennsylvania, the Democrats that switch to Republican to vote for Donald J. Trump, plus the people that are newly registered Republicans to vote for Donald J. Trump, it's already 350 to 400,000 people in Pennsylvania. I mean, that will offset even the most terrible voter fraud. So all in all, when you look at the evangelicals, the new voters, and Democrats that switched, it's nothing like Mitt Romney or John McCain. You cannot even compare. And we're talking about a 3 or 4% difference in the polls. So if Clinton is up 2, then maybe Donald Trump is up by 3 or 4. And you just cannot predict. On the other hand, you look at everything else and you see that there is a big wave coming, a wave of voters that you have never seen before, that you cannot even imagine. It's not a myth. I mean, it's out there and it's coming, and it's almost scary, but these are voters for Trump, so it's cool. It's not scary. But it should be scary for the media, especially because they're living in La La Land, where Hillary's so popular, and she's just like Bill Clinton. Yeah, right. So she also has a lot of voters that just won't come out. Like many black people just don't want to vote for Hillary Clinton. They're going to stay home. And a lot of Sanders supporters, they're going to say, I'm not going to vote for a Wall Street candidate. No way. Never. Ever. So she has that problem. So let's look at the states, okay, that really matter. The states that are key, in my opinion. And I'm going to list them now. Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Iowa, Wisconsin, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire. Now, let's start in the Southwest. Now, I'm looking at this in a very pessimistic way, okay, to offset my wishful thinking. I really want this to be realistic, okay? So I'm going to go overboard. So I'm going to give Nevada to Donald Trump. He is very popular there. And it's strange, but I'm going to give Arizona to Hillary. And New Mexico, Colorado, Democrat. So Nevada for Trump, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado for Hillary Clinton. Okay, now Arizona, you also had a warning sign. John McCain was reelected, even though he was calling Trump supporters crazies and, talking badly about Donald Trump. He still won. Incredible. And then after he won, he unendorsed Donald Trump. What a pig. Anyway, after Trump becomes president, he should put John McCain in a bamboo cage. Okay, maybe put Paul Ryan in there also. They can be boyfriends in the bamboo cage. Okay, so let's move down to Florida. Now, it is my opinion, my humble opinion, that if you cannot win Florida, you shouldn't even be president. Seriously. And I believe Donald Trump will win Florida in a very comfortable way. Now, I know you have a lot of liberals from, the Northeast that went down to Florida to retire. But you also have the Panhandle, and, Donald Trump is just very popular in Florida. Now, he beat Marco Rubio in the primary, and it was scary for Rubio because he just won one county, and he was a sitting senator. So Donald Trump's all over Florida, and that's why also Georgia is Trump country. And the Panhandle of Florida, it's like the south of Georgia, it's almost the same. And it's funny because these pollsters are saying that Hillary's going to win Georgia because Bill Clinton won it. I mean, these people are just stupid. Okay, North Carolina, I'm confidently going to mark this as Trump country. Okay, red, Trump. Then New Hampshire, I'm just going to say that it's going to go for Trump. It's 4 votes. It's not going to make a big difference, but I have a very strong feeling that he will win in New Hampshire. Then we have to talk about Iowa and Wisconsin. Okay, these are trouble states in my opinion. They weren't really receptive to Donald Trump at all in the primaries. And that may have to do with a lot of illegals that work there. And a lot of farmers need the cheap labor. Let's be honest. Also, Paul Ryan got reelected. And this guy gave Obama everything. He's a rhino. And he got reelected. So I'm going to give Wisconsin to Hillary and Iowa to Donald Trump. Because I do believe people in Iowa are much more Republican. So, yeah, Iowa goes Trump, Wisconsin, Hillary. So we're talking about a situation now where you just have a couple of states. I'm going to have to mark Virginia as being for Hillary. Very obvious. And you can see that a lot of liberals live in Virginia because they work in D.C. You would think it's a really conservative state, and some parts are, but it's the big cities with all the liberals that make the difference. So blue, it's going to be for Hillary. Then it comes down to only 2 states. Now, that's remarkable because it means Hillary only has to win one, and Donald Trump needs both, Pennsylvania and Ohio. Now, as I mentioned before in the example, the almost 400,000 new voters for Donald Trump will give him a victory in Pennsylvania. I don't think Hillary's going to win Pennsylvania, and it's going to come down to Ohio. We're talking about 260, 260. It all comes down to Ohio. And I believe Donald Trump will win Ohio based on, just everything that's coming out of Ohio really shows that Donald Trump is really generating all the excitement. And you have no volunteers at the offices for Hillary 2016. I mean, people are just not interested. And then you have the same kind of message that appeals to people in Pennsylvania, that appeals to people in Ohio. So Donald Trump wins with 18 electoral votes. Okay? Now comes the good news. We're going to revisit the Southwest, where I was extremely pessimistic. Because if you then, just give Arizona to Trump, and it probably will go to Trump, then you're talking about a much bigger difference even. And then we're starting to talk about landslide, okay? Because Colorado could go for Trump. Even New Mexico could go for Trump. You just never know. Wisconsin could go for Trump. So we're talking about, 20 or 30 extra electoral votes. And that's a massive landslide. Okay, so my prediction is Donald Trump wins with 18 electoral votes. And what I hope for is that he wins with 20 or 30 electoral votes difference. And that way the media, the Hillary campaign, and all these celebrities can really suck it up, and they can all move to Canada or Mexico. And Donald J. Trump will be president-elect. Awesome. Awesome.